Dolly Rebecca Parton, born January 19, 1946, is an American singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, actress, author, businesswoman, and humanitarian, known primarily for her work in country music. After achieving success as a songwriter for others, Parton made her album debut in 1967 with Hello, I'm Dolly. After her success during the remainder of the 1960s, both as a solo artist and with a series of duet albums with Porter Wagoner, her sales and chart peak came during the 1970s and continued into the 1980s. Parton's albums in the 1990s did not sell as well, but she achieved commercial success again in the new millennium and has released albums on various independent labels since 2000, including her own label, Dolly Records. Parton's music includes Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA certified gold, platinum and multi-platinum awards. She has had 25 songs reach #1 on the Billboard country music charts, a record for a female artist, tied with Reba McEntire. She has 44 career top 10 country albums, a record for any artist, and she has 110 career charted singles over the past 40 years. 4. She has garnered 10 Grammy Awards and 49 nominations, including the Lifetime Achievement Award and a 2020 win with For King and Country for their collaboration on God Only Knows, 10 Country Music Association Awards, including Entertainer of the Year, and is one of only 7 female artists to win the Country Music Association's Entertainer of the Year Award, 5 Academy of Country Music Awards, also including a nod for Entertainer of the Year, 4 People's Choice Awards, and 3 American Music Awards. 5. In 1999, Parton was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. She has composed over 3,000 songs, including I Will Always Love You, a 2-time U.S. country chart topper, as well as an international pop hit for Whitney Houston, Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and 9 to 5. She is also in a select group to have received at least 1 nomination from the Academy Awards, Grammy Awards, Tony Awards, and Emmy Awards. As an actress, she has starred in films such as 9 to 5, 1980, and The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, 1982, for which she earned Golden Globe nominations for Best Actress, as well as Rhinestone, 1984, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Straight Talk, 1992, and Joyful Noise, 2012. Dolly Rebecca Parton was born January 19, 1946, in a one-room cabin on the banks of the Little Pigeon River in Pittman Center, Tennessee. 6. She is the 4th of 12 children born to Avi Lee Caroline, née Owens, 1923 to 2003, and Robert Lee Parton Sr., 1921 to 2000. 2 of the 12 siblings are no longer living. Larry died shortly after birth in 1955, and Floyd died in 2018. 7. Dolly Parton's father, known as Lee, worked in the mountains of East Tennessee, first as a sharecropper and later tending his own small tobacco farm and acreage. He also worked construction jobs to supplement the farm's small income. Lee was illiterate, but Dolly Parton often says despite that fact, he was one of the smartest people she's known in regards to business and making a profit. 189. Avi Lee was homemaker for the large family. Her 11 pregnancies, the 10th being twins, in 20 years made her a mother of 12 by age 35. Often in poor health, she still managed to keep house and entertain her children with songs and tales of mountain folklore. Avi Lee's father, Jake Owens, was a Pentecostal preacher, so Parton and her siblings all attended church regularly. Parton has long credited her father for her business savvy, and her mother's family for her musical abilities. When Parton was a small girl, her family moved from the Pittman Center area to a farm up on nearby Locust Ridge. Most of her cherished memories of youth happened there. The farm acreage and surrounding woodland inspired her to write the song My Tennessee Mountain Home in the 1970s. In the late 1980s, Parton repurchased the property and rehabilitated it. 1. Dolly Parton's middle name comes from her maternal great-great-grandmother Rebecca Dunn Whitted. 10-11. She has described her family as dirt poor. 12. Parton's father paid the doctor who helped deliver her with a bag of cornmeal. She outlined her family's poverty in her early songs Coat of Many Colors and In the Good Old Days, When Times Were Bad. They lived in a rustic, one-bedroom cabin in Locust Ridge, 13, just north of the Greenbrier Valley of the Great Smoky Mountains, a predominantly Pentecostal area. Music played an important role in her early life. She was brought up in the Church of God, Cleveland, Tennessee, 14, in a congregation her grandfather, Jake Robert Owens, pastored. Her earliest public performances were in the church, beginning at age 6. At 7, she started playing a homemade guitar. When she was 8, her uncle bought her first real guitar. 15-16. Parton began performing as a child, 17, singing on local radio and television programs in the East Tennessee area. 18, by 10, she was appearing on the Cass Walker Show on both WIVK Radio and WIRR TV in Knoxville, Tennessee. At 13, she was recording the single Puppy Love on a small Louisiana label, Gold Band Records. 19, and appeared at the Grand Ole Opry, where she first met Johnny Cash, who encouraged her to follow her own instincts regarding her career. 20. After graduating from Sevier County High School in 1964, Parton moved to Nashville the next day. 119, her initial success came as a songwriter, having signed with Combined Publishing shortly after her arrival. 21, with her frequent songwriting partner, her uncle Bill Owens, she wrote several charting singles during this time, including 2 top 10 hits, Bill Phillips's Put It Off Until Tomorrow, 1966, and Skeeter Davis's Fuel to the Flame, 1967. Her songs were recorded by many other artists during this period, including Kitty Wells and Hank Williams Jr. 22, she signed with Monument Records in 1965. At age 19, she initially was pitched as a bubblegum pop singer. She released a string of singles, but the only one that charted, Happy Birthday Baby, did not crack the Billboard Hot 100. Although she expressed a desire to record country material, Monument resisted, thinking her unique voice with its strong vibrato was not suited to the genre. After her composition Put It Off Until Tomorrow, as recorded by Bill Phillips, with Parton, uncredited, on Harmony, went to number 6 on the country chart in 1966, the label relented and allowed her to record country. Her first country single, Dumb Blonde, composed by Curly Putman, one of the few songs during this era that she recorded but did not write, reached number 24 on the country chart in 1967, followed by Something Fishy, which went to number 17. The 2 songs appeared on her first full-length album, Hello, I'm Dolly. 23. In 1967, musician and country music entertainer Porter Wagoner invited Parton to join his organization, offering her a regular spot on his weekly syndicated television program The Porter Wagoner Show, and in his road show. As documented in her 1994 autobiography, 24, initially, much of Wagoner's audience was unhappy that Norma Jean, the performer whom Parton had replaced, had left the show, and was reluctant to accept Parton, sometimes chanting loudly for Norma Jean from the audience. 25. With Wagoner's assistance, however, Parton was eventually accepted. Wagoner convinced his label, RCA Victor, to sign her. RCA decided to protect their investment by releasing her first single as a duet with Wagoner. That song, a remake of Tom Paxton's The Last Thing on My Mind, released in late 1967, reached the country top 10 in January 1968, launching a 6-year streak of virtually uninterrupted top 10 singles for the pair. Parton's first solo single for RCA Victor, Just Because I'm a Woman, was released in the summer of 1968 and was a moderate chart hit, reaching number 17. For the next 2 years, none of her solo efforts, even in the good old days, when times were bad, which later became a standard, were as successful as her duets with Wagoner. The duo was named Vocal Group of the Year in 1968 by the Country Music Association, but Parton's solo records were continually ignored. Wagoner had a significant financial stake in her future. As of 1969, he was her co-producer and owned nearly half of OPAR, 26, the publishing company Parton had founded with Bill Owens. By 1970, both Parton and Wagoner had grown frustrated by her lack of solo chart success. Wagoner persuaded Parton to record Jimmy Rogers' Mule Skinner Blues, a gimmick that worked. The record shot to number 3, followed closely, in February 1971, by her first number 1 single, Joshua. For the next 2 years, she had numerous solo hits, including her signature song Coat of Many Colors, number 4, 1971, in addition to her duets. Top 20 singles included The Right Combination and Burning the Midnight Oil, both duets with Wagoner, 1971, Lost Forever in Your Kiss, with Wagoner, Touch Your Woman, 1972, My Tennessee Mountain Home and Travelin' Man, 1973. 27.